In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create logins for different users using different login methods or authentication methods. So when you're in Vault, either through the Vault Professional Client or the Vault Server Console, we go to Tools, and then we can go to Administration, and we go to Global Settings. On the Global Settings, you'll see that we've got the user groups options over here, and we're able to manage access for the user groups. So if I click on Manage Access, we will see there I've got all the users over here. So to create a new user, I can select New, and then I can say Test 11, Test 11, and so the display name, and then the accounts. So the accounts authentication is how we are going to access the Vault. So Windows authentication. So if you're running on a domain, you can tick on Windows authentication, and then you go and select domain user. So if I was on a domain, it will open a dialog box, and I would have been able to go browse to my domain name there, or you could just type in the domain name of the user over here. So if it's my domain name was Micrographics, be Micrographics / and then Test 11. So you can also go and authenticate through the Vault account, and the Vault account would then be your email address at mgfx.co.za, and then you type in your password and you confirm your password as well. The third one is the Autodesk ID. Sorry, the second one is the Vault account. So that's actual username. My apologies. It would be Test 11, a password, and a confirmation of a password. Okay. And then the last one is your Autodesk ID. So with the Autodesk ID, you will then go and just put in your Autodesk ID over here. Okay. Okay. So once that's done, we'll have a couple of different options when logging in. But for instance over here, okay, great, and then I'm going to cancel that. Then you've got the roles, so you'll choose there what obviously the roles the person's going to play, and you can have more than one role, and you can also make custom roles. So I've just seen there Vault to ACC, so I've got some permissions that I've put there that users can access data or send data from Vault to the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Then the vaults that you are going to be accessing, so it's just my MGFX over there, and then you can also enable groups, and with groups you're able to put a whole bunch of users on top of a group, and then assign roles to that group, which then will automatically assign those rules to everyone in the group. So just much easier and quicker to be able to get users up and running, or add and subtract roles from a bunch of users that you've identified. Once that's done, to actually log into the Vault with those different login methods, I'm just going to go log out over here. Okay, so the first one is the Vault account. So that then would be the username, so it would have been that Test 11, and then the password over there, and then obviously just OK. The second way of doing it is the Windows account. So Windows account, it'll actually then pick up the domain automatically, as well as the password. So you don't actually have to do anything. You just then have to go click on OK. That's the Windows account. And then lastly is the Autodesk ID. Autodesk ID, you actually won't show you anything, because what it's doing is picking up the information that you have logged in with in the Autodesk desktop application. The Autodesk desktop app. Yeah. So those are the three different ways that you can log in, and take a look at your organization. What's the easiest way to do it? Maybe you don't want to have an additional Vault account, because that's an additional username and additional password that you have to remember. If you've just given someone a computer with an access to the domain, then their Windows account, they would have logged in with that Windows account on the computer, and Autodesk Vault will automatically pick that up and then allow you to sign in. And then the Autodesk ID, if you're using any Autodesk software on the PC that you've got here currently, then what happens is it'll pick up that your username and password on that you are authorized to log into the Vault here. And by the way, this is just Vault Professional, not Vault Basic. And then sorry, this is in Vault Basic as well, my apologies. And then you'll be able to log in and then start using the software. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching.